Hello Superherd and welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy, and today we're gonna be continuing on with the Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back playthrough. Of course, we finished the first warp room in the first previous episode, and now we're gonna be continuing on with warp room number 2. We're gonna fly on up here, and like I said at the end of the last episode, that right there is where you usually would go to your boss fight. You would go to the next warp room, and then it would go into the boss fight, and then you'd come out here. Honestly, I miss that a lot because it just reminds me, oh, what's happening? It just reminds me of when I was a kid though. It was super exciting.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them, and this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Oh, hi!
I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to...
Okay, whatever that's, oh hey, right here, Coco. How you doing? I find that's very fourth wall breaking. So we can let her join in our adventure, of course, but we're not gonna actually play as her, but now we can play as her at any point if we wanted to. People have been asking me if I could play as Coco. Maybe at some point we could. What is happening? I don't know, the camera's sort of freaking out. Okay, let's go into the snow bits before it freaks out more. What is happening? All right, so here we are. Now, I know for a fact that we cannot get the clear gem. Oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of ice physics in this level. But I know for a fact that we cannot get the clear gem in today's, or this level, not today's video, but in this level specifically because of the fact that we need the red gem from earlier in the game, which we have to wait until a level a little bit later to get. It gets a little bit confusing, but it's sort of like Crash 1 where we can't get it now because we need to get a gem, but then it gets a little more complicated. Oh boy, there we go. So we're doing pretty good. And I'll show you guys, I think it's actually the next level where we can start our journey for getting the red gem, and we'll try to do that in today's video. Oh gosh, this level is actually a classic one. This is one of the ones that stand out in my memory the most, probably because it's very difficult. Oh boy, because as a kid, I was able to complete the second warp room. You know, I wasn't able to 100% it, but I was able to get from point A to point B plenty well. Oh no, oh, that could have been bad. Oh geez, I remember these. Ooh. Okay, that was good. Ah, look at that, I actually got all of them. Usually I need to try to slide back up, which is actually way more difficult? Wait a minute, whoa, hold on. That's definitely different than the original game. In the original game, there was no way you could slide all the way back up, but if you really tried, you could get up to here to maybe get some of the boxes you missed. But to be able to just slide all the way up, that is way different from the original game. Come on. Darn it, those things stink. Whoop, get out of here. So we got the checkpoint, that's good, so if we do mess up again, it should be fine. Oh, like that. Didn't even see those. So those, you either have to be really quick or you have to take your time. I think it'll be easier if we take our time. Oh boy, here we go. Just wait right here. But the soundtrack has been really well redone so far. I'm loving it. Oh, yeah, I feel like the ice physics are definitely, I think, the biggest difference between the original game and this game we've experienced so far. They're just so much different. Like, and it's not, once again, it's not like a bad kind of different. It's just a very noticeable kind of different. Okay, we gotta get as many Wumpa fruit as we can here because we're not really doing so well in our journey to 99 lives. I mean, we're doing okay because we have 20 something lives. I think maybe just exactly 20 or something. But I just feel like, you know, we should be doing better and we could be doing better because it only gets harder from here on out. So we gotta do our best. But I do love the bonus levels in this one because it's like, I feel like the bonus levels in the original were tough just like this, but they were more of like a agonizing tough. Well, this is just, you gotta learn it, you gotta practice a little bit, and then you should be able to do it just fine. There we go, that was really tough. There's something about the ice here that it is really tough to utilize properly. Oh boy, let's get back up here and get that one. Oh, that was one up, take that. Awesome. So we're doing pretty decent now. I got plenty of Wumpa fruit, and I got plenty of boxes, but not all of them. So I don't really care too much about, you know, getting the Wumpa fruit out of these. I just want to go ahead and explode them, but that's all the boxes, so we should be good, and we are. So that definitely should be 1 or 2 1-ups. Ooh, maybe a second one. There it is. So 23 lives so far. Yeah, I definitely have a bit more work to do. if I wanna go ahead and get 99 lives, but that's okay. Now I know there's an area at some point where we can sort of sneak behind the camera here. I guess it's not here. Ooh, here we go. There's a lot of sneaky secrets in these ice levels. You gotta be careful for them. Hey, can you stop it? I guess you can, whatever. I'll just let you be. You let me be, I'll let you be. I mean, you really aren't attacking me, you just happen to be spinning around having a good time. Oh geez. Okay, there's nothing up here. Sometimes they're really good at hiding things. I just don't remember where they hid them. I just know they hide them, so I'm just trying to be super duper diligent. Oh gosh. Oh man, these rollers, we're in Crash 1, come on! Oh, the ice physics, I'm definitely not a fan of them. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that the ice physics in the original game were perfect or fantastic or anything. A lot of the times, they were not. They were very difficult to deal with. But at the same time, it's just like, geez, they are, I think, even more tough to deal with here. So I'm not a big fan of that. Oh no! Okay, that's not good. See, was that so bad? I don't think so. So there's this level Snowbiz normally completed, as far as we can get for right now, but later in today's episode, we should be able to go back here and complete it normally, but for now, we got the crystal and that's all that matters. All right, so there's our crystal. Nice stuff. So now we're gonna be moving on to our next level, which is Air Crash. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so this is gonna be tough because we actually have to play this level without dying. And I've been super rusty today just because of the fact that, I don't know, I guess I haven't played a lot recently. The last day or so. I've been playing Crash Bandicoot nonstop for the last couple of days, but yesterday I took a break from it so that I could actually edit the episodes I've been recording, and of course, you know, supply you guys with some awesome content. And speaking of you guys, we just passed 75,000 subscribers as of recording this video. When I started recording, I was at like 74,999. We are now at 75,000, so thank you guys so much for your support. I know there have been a few new Zebra Herd members subscribing because of Crash Bandicoot, and some of you have just been around forever, so I really appreciate either you subscribed yesterday, you subscribed tomorrow, or you subscribed years and years ago. I really appreciate it. I love making these videos, and every time people, you know, one of you subscribes and joins the Zebra Herd and watches the videos, it enables me to keep doing it and hopefully keep entertaining you, so thank you. Now when it comes to like subscribers specials, I don't have anything super duper crazy planned at this very moment, but I will confirm that for a while now, I've been working on a design for the first ever Zebra Gamer t-shirt. Oh, we gotta do the level again. Oh, come on. Well, I've been working on our first design for the Zebra Gamer t-shirt. It has been very cool, but it might have a little while to go, so stay tuned for that. Okay, I should be able to do it without a problem this time. Just wait for it. Oh boy. So the whole goal is to get to the certain point of the level without dying, which we'll hopefully be able to do here. I don't think the bonus areas count for that. Either way, this is a pretty easy bonus area, I think, so we should be able to survive either which way. But I wanted to sort of iterate not only how old this game is, but how old I'm starting to get. I remember we actually got this game from a store that no longer exists called Blockbuster. Blockbuster, not Blockbuster. But if you guys don't know what Blockbuster is, if you're that young, Blockbuster was basically a video game rental service, which means that you can, I guess, sign up for a membership there, go to the store and rent a game for like a week. And then of course, if you hold on to it for longer than that, then they'll charge you money. And that was the whole idea. Oh geez, this is scary. Oh, okay, we're fine, we made it. Oh, there's the death thing. You see that little platform, that'll be hollow, like it'll be all wireframed if you get to this point, and if you died, so. I don't know. Okay, we're fine. I made it. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be a different gem. I think you need to do both things for the gem, or maybe I'm wrong. Oh geez. Now, I don't really know if I need to do this part without dying, so we'll find out together. But one thing you could also do from Blockbuster is that maybe if you gave them an offer, you could just buy the game from them outright. And, darn it, I timed that all wrong, but that's really a scary timing. Okay, no, don't tell me I have to don't tell me I have to redo all of it. Please do not tell me. I'm gonna rush over there really quick and find out, because if so, okay, I do not. I was gonna be an angry zebra. Okay, we'll retry that then. But you could actually just buy games from Blockbuster if you gave them an offer they accepted. So we actually bought our version of Crash 2 from Blockbuster, and what was cool about it is that we got a special case for it. There were only a limited number of Crash 2 PS1 games that were released with the cover art actually being holographic, and you could sort of turn it and it would have like a cool little effect. I actually had that one, and I thought it was really cool. And I just remember, I actually, you know, our Crash 2 disc eventually broke, which is a story I'm going to tell probably later in today's episode. But I actually held on to the holographic thing just because I figured, hey, maybe this will be worth something. Either way, it's just still cool to have because it reminds me of childhood fun. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I dodged that. What is happening? No, the hippos look really weird from this angle. They just look really, really weird, but there we go. I guess that is a gem of its own. So there we go, we got ourselves one of the clear gems that you get for you know, not dying. Very cool. So there we go, there's our first gem and our only crystal. We actually have to play this level 2 more times. We need to go through it again while getting all the crates, and then we also have to play it through it another time, finding a secret exit through this level, which will help us get the red gem. We got a lot to do, so let's keep going. Oop, okay, there we go. So no death platform for us, even though I got back here without dying, which is pretty cool. Another thing is that I'm glad that we don't have to worry about the tokens anymore. They were fun in their own right, but they were also pretty stressful. Like the bonus areas are just sort of bonus areas here, which I appreciate. Now, to get all the boxes, we do actually have to not die. That's the first thing. We also have to jump all the way over there and break those crates, which might prove to be a bit difficult now that we don't have the Aku Aku. But we can do it. Look at all that Wumpa fruit and a 1-up. Good, good, good. Oh boy. Now, doing it without being able to see is a lot scarier. But now we gotta go through all of this, also without dying. Because if we don't, then we gotta do all that again. Go! The boost button can definitely be helpful in these situations. Oh boy. The nitro crate is scary. It's too scary for me. Oh gosh, I didn't know that mine was there. Who put these vines here? I guess Cortex. Oh boy, come on, come on, come on. There we go. So we just have to hit this one. And then, oh no, I was trying to hit the fish away. Come on. Wait a minute. Okay, so we made it past now. But where is the thing that's supposed to, I'm not sure. Either way, we need to beat the level normally, but what am I missing there? How do I get the other clear gem? So there we go, we showed off how to beat this level normally on its own. The problem is that we actually can't get the other clear gem right now because of the fact that we need to find a secret entrance to this level through another level we'll find later. I think actually, that's this level. No, is it? No, there's a bear it level and then there's a bear down level. So we're not gonna worry about that one right now. We gotta go back in Air Crash for yet another time to find the secret exit. Let's go. So let's go ahead and find the secret exit. It's not super hard to find, and once I show it to you, you'll probably be like, duh. Once, if you didn't know about it already, that is. But yeah, this is where this game can get pretty confusing, in a good way and a bad way, because it's like, this is confusing stuff, but you don't need to do it to get 100% in any way, shape, or form, but it's definitely fun to do, because you do get extra levels out of it at the end of the day, I believe so that'll be pretty cool. What we gotta do is right here. We gotta land off of this, then off of that, and then off of this, and then we land right here. And bada boom, secret exit time. Now this should help us get to the red jump. Jumping the jetboard is our achievement for that. Pretty cool, but I mean, you can see how they removed some things to make this less complicated. Like they removed keys and they removed the tokens and they added this kind of stuff, these crazy secret exits. This stuff is definitely harder to find if you're just a player without a guide. But now we should, in theory, as you can see, this is actually the secret area, which is this, oh, it's so cool. You can see there's different levels here, and just the view here is fantastic. Reminds me of Crash 3. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and go into Snow Go, which is a level we tackled in the first warp room. So now we're here, which this is an extended part of the level Snow Go, which once again I said was in the first warp room, which we couldn't have gotten the gem there. Darn. This is gonna take me a couple tries, I think, because this is gonna be one of the most difficult levels. Like this, I know in the original game, this was crazy, crazy difficult. Okay. Whoa, come on. And now the ice physics are super weird here. So I'm gonna be taking a little while, I promised you that much. Oh, come on. That is so weird. You just can't like turn around. It's very heavy. Very heavy. Oh, there we go. Come on, that's better. That's better indeed. Come on, get off the ice, get off the ice. That's all I want. So far we haven't ran into any boxes. Oh, there's a which is good, because you know, the less boxes I have to worry about, the better. So there we go. Are you gonna spin, dude? You are gonna spin. Nice. I'm gonna wait right here, and we're gonna jump. Ooh. Oh, I thought you were gonna come over here. You're not? Fine. Oh, how do I get this? Can I even get those? That is weird. So there is an exclamation somewhere around here. Gosh, this is so nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh, why? Why? Oh no, no, oh, ah. Okay, let me get up here. That's not bad. I have no clue how to get over here. I mean, maybe I was supposed to hop off the walrus, but I don't see how I could get that much air off the walrus, but maybe, just maybe. Here, let me hop on this thing, and I should be able to get up here easily, or more easily than hopping off the ice. Yep, there we go. So this is a bit nerve-wracking, but you can see you get tons of one-ups for it, so as long as we don't lose more than we gain here, we even get Super Aku Aku, which actually I wasn't expecting, which will be pretty nice for this area. And here, I can just explode this stuff for the fun of it. So actually, this was a perfect time for it if I didn't mess it up. Gosh darn. Now I gotta do it all again. Oh man. Oh, okay, this is the farthest we've made it so far. That was so crazy ridiculous. Come on, come on, come on. I'm guessing I am expected to body slam on you guys, which for some reason didn't work the first time. Oh my gosh, this is so weird, but we made it. We somehow made it. Yeah, there we go, there's the red gem. So, I mean, there were only, did we ever get the normal gem for this level? I don't know if there's a way to tell. I'm gonna hope so, because I mean, there were no non-nitrous crates up there, so technically we should have been able to already get the gem. I'm pretty sure we did, so that's good. So now I don't think I have to worry about anything besides just finishing this level, which will be nice and fun. Gosh, that's super difficult. It took me way more tries than it might look like. Yeah, we gotta break that. But yeah, we shouldn't have to worry about that, because it should have already given us a gem. If not, then I'm gonna be super confused. But the red gem is super duper helpful. I think we can use it for some other stuff later, but it's good to get out of the way now. Very good to get out of the way now, because it's just something we don't have to backtrack for, which is just nice and fun. I'm not gonna worry too much about getting all these crates for some obvious reasons. But yeah, it's fun getting these secrets because I never got these as a kid either. I remember as a kid, I'd watch these videos that were totally not true. Like, that were like, oh, if you jump on this crate for 30 times, you unlock the secret to get all the things 100% for free. And it's just like, oh, good old rumors that aren't true. And there we go, red gem completed. Our first, not our first color gem, but one of our first color gem, our second one. We already got the blue one, of course, in the level previous to that. So awesome, awesome stuff. Two colorful gems sitting right next to each other. Let's get back up to the second warp room and we'll continue on there. Okay, so here we are. There's Snow Biz that, I still don't, can we do this now? I think we can do this now, but I can't remember, so I might have to double check. So now, yes, we can get the clear gem from Snow Biz now, but I feel like I don't wanna bore you guys to death by doing the same two levels over and over again. We might as well move on to one of my favorite levels. As you can see here, this little polar bear pal, that's a tongue twister for some reason, joins us as we enter the level Barrett. Okay. So this level means a lot to me for a couple of reasons. First off, we get to see Polar here, which is so stinking adorable. It's the first ever level like this in Crash 2, of course. Hog Wild was the equivalent. We already got to start over. But Hog Wild was the equivalent in Crash 1. We have Polar Bear fun here in Crash 2. And honestly, I like this a lot better. The level design's a little bit more open. It is a little bit more challenging than Hog Wild, or the Hog levels. So, you know, I like it though, it's really a lot of fun. Another reason why this level means so much to me is this is one of the first levels I ever commentated ever on this channel, you know, because as I said in the previous episode, Crash 2 was the first game I ever played on the channel. Oh, come on. Luckily, we just got the checkpoint there. Crash 2 was the first game I ever played on the channel, but it was also, like, I started with no commentary. Are you kidding me? So when I started commentary on like the 7th or 8th episode, I started with, I think this level or maybe the level before it, but still was one of the first levels I ever commentated. The one I remember out of memory. I remember dying and like thinking, what do I talk about? I don't know what to talk about. Now, 8 years later almost, and I just talk about that. I mean, it's much easier for me to find things to talk about, but I mean, if you ever wanna see a comparison, now you can watch this and you can watch that. Jeez, it's so weird to think about. Oh gosh, whoa. The controls are super weird with this one. Weirder than Hog Wild. I feel like I'm veering off in different directions even when I'm not pressing anything. And also you can also press a button to charge with them. Yep, there you go. Which doesn't prove to be helpful in too many situations. How many boxes am I gonna miss? Come on now. There we go, okay, we're doing much better now. Oh gosh, the nitro section. I don't like it, but we did it. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, come on, I was at like the tip of the corner there. Ugh, this is way more difficult. Like it was difficult in the original Crash 2, but this feels way more difficult to me. I mean, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my head. You guys can let me know how you've been doing with it. Of course, if you have the Crash and Sane Trilogy. A lot of you have actually let me know that this series has been the turning point for you. You were on the fence with getting this and then you saw the series and you enjoyed it so much that you wanna go and get it yourself. And to me, that is super duper cool. Oh boy, oh gosh, there we go. We're doing good, we're doing good. Oh, okay, we're doing all right. No, are you kidding me? Oh, we bring the polar bear up. That's at least nice. You know, we bring him up to heaven with us, or wherever we're going. Maybe we're just going up to the next warp room. We just don't even know it yet. Oh, nice, okay, we're doing okay. It's just this part that is not fun because we got all these guys to dodge and then we gotta zigzag between the boxes, which we succeeded there. And did we get them all? We did not, but we can now hit the nitros and I think that will complete it. Thank you, polar bear. I appreciate it. Now the polar bear's name is actually just Polar. You get to race as him in Crash Team Racing, and it's a lot of fun. But there we go, there's that level completed. So, there's the crystal, it's just so weird seeing him throw it up. And there's the gem. Pretty simple level, not too much more to do besides that, but there is one secret that I always feel so awful doing, but everybody will get upset if I don't do it, and that's if you hop on little Polar here enough times. And I'm so sorry, buddy, I'm so sorry. But if you do it enough, he should give you 10 free lives. Just you know, let's say, stop hitting me, okay? Just take the lives. And we'll get the achievement, a helping paw. So now we're gonna move on to the next level, Crash Crush. Is this our first boulder runaway level of Crash Tune? It might be. I can't remember, to be honest, anymore. I don't know, things have been going by so fast, it's hard to tell. Oh boy. But they're pretty tough in Crash 2 because they have everything that was difficult about them in Crash 1, and they add a bunch of stuff. Some of these jumps you can only do by long jumping like this, which is pretty tough to do when you don't know where you're going. And then, whoa, that was a big one. Some of these, like, you know, those little mines we keep running by will not kill you, but they will mess up your time. Ah! See, like that, and they'll just sort of launch you in the air, and that slows you down a lot because when you land, you have to take a second in your animation. And then we also have the speed boosts, which can be pretty helpful. Now, this is a level where we don't have to do anything special for the gem. We just need to get all the boxes, which is still pretty tough in this level. Up. Oh, that's gonna be tough, isn't it? Because we need to immediately jump after that. I mean, I remember spending a lot of time on these levels, especially when I played this on the PSP, because it's just so hard to control on the PSP. There was, you know, you get the tiny little joystick that really doesn't do you any good. The joystick is awful. So you had to mostly rely on the directional pad, which could be just as bad on the PlayStation Portable. On the Vita, it was a little bit better. Actually, the joysticks are way better on the Vita because there's actually 2 of them and they're like full motion, but there is a bonus level waiting for us here, which is worth taking. So where will this bring us? Hopefully somewhere cool. Oh no, that is a bonus level. It just brings me back here. Guess just so we don't have to run all the way back, which is nice of them, I appreciate it. Let's get all these as much as we can, get the checkpoint and keep going. Oh boy, big jumps. Oh boy, dodge those, come on. Oh no, hit this, bada boom. We're doing all right, we're doing all right. Oh no. I just sort of have to follow the Wumpa fruit. I gotta also make sure I don't miss too many. Oh, will that get them? It will, okay, good. I know that in the original Crash 2, if you went too far ahead, because the boulder is supposed to hit some of the crates and that is supposed to count towards your crate count, but if you go too far ahead of the boulder, it won't count, just because I guess it's just not in range. I don't know, maybe it despawns after you get too far? I don't know if that's gonna be a problem, especially if I press the wrong button. Run. Oh gosh. So I just gotta try to focus on not getting too far ahead. Ooh, bonus. Yeah, oh, that was weird. But let's go ahead and make the most of this. Honestly, this is sort of the calm in the middle of the storm. While this is probably gonna be quite difficult, because some of these bonus levels really are, it is just relaxing to be up here. Here, let me get done this before we move on to anything else. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, you know what? I actually can't do anything from here. I need to crawl back under here. His crawling animation is so weird. It's weird in the original too, but it's just super weird here. He's just like, I'm gonna slowly move. You'd think he'd be pretty good at crawling, seeing how Bandicoots sort of do that. But he isn't that fast at crawling. Crash is just a weird creature. I guess he's really the definition of a freak of nature, which we love him for. That's my favorite thing about him, is that he's not afraid to be himself and be weird. We get a lot of Wumper fruit in this game though. I don't know how our lives are doing. I just hope that we can hit 30 lives soon, because if not, we really are gonna have a hard time getting to 100 lives, if we will at all. Because this game really does ramp up the difficulty. We did hit 30 lives, so that's good to see. So there's a bonus area done. Ooh, I see the gem coming up. The gem is super obvious because of how purple it is. But I mean, to be honest with you, there's only a few different, not gems, but crystals. There's only a few different crystals in this game that are actually well hidden. They're usually supposed to be easy to find because they are the main key to progression in this game. If you don't find the crystal, you can't continue on. I mean, you can throughout the warp room, but you can't make it to the next warp room until you find all the crystals in that warp room. So there we messed up a bit, but that's okay. You can give it a second shot. Ooh. You just gotta jump immediately after that one, and it's hard to expect. You know, pretty much trial and error, which, you know what, isn't too surprising. Crash Bandicoot is mainly a trial and error game for the most part, especially with levels like this. Oh gosh, I gotta body slam that. Please actually destroy some of these. Oh no, you don't. At least I realized before it couldn't kill me, because if I actually went into the warp room there, it would have ended up just not being able to kill me. I would have had to quit the level entirely. So I'm glad I was able to do that in time. So let me try to get as far ahead as physically possible. That way I can actually have time to break those. There we go. Get ahead like that. Boost like that, boost like that, boost like that. We're making some good time now. Like, we're really far ahead of it. Break that, go, 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 go. Break that, and then run. Run, run, run. That should be everything. It is 57 boxes and a gem for us. That's great, I love it. So there's Crash Crush done. That's a pretty simple level. It has, once again, just one crystal, one gem. So we got that nice and completed. We're doing some great progress in this series so far. Like, I thought it might have been a bit of a struggle, a lot of backtracking to get some of these gems, and it is a lot of backtracking, but it's not like an impossible amount. Now, the Eel Deal, as you can see, has a green gem, so this one's gonna be a bit more difficult, but we should be able to manage, so let's get started. So this is actually one of the levels that has a pretty hidden crystal. There are multiple paths in this level, and it can be easy to lose your way. Now, this is one of those levels where it's just really cool to see it in HD, because this level looked cool on its own. Oh, we gotta be careful about these eels, because they'll electrify the water and they're rude, and I think there's actually no way to kill them, so they're just immune to everything. So they're total jerks. Oh boy. Oh, come on, I needed him. Oh geez, oh geez. No! Well, this is not a good start. Not a good start one bit. Oh, come on. I messed up my jump there, really? I definitely have been playing worse this episode. I'm super duper sorry for it. I plan on recording Crash Bandicoot all day today, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. And hopefully throughout the next couple episodes, you can see me improve a bit, because once again, I took a day off yesterday, and usually that's what happens to me. Like, I'll get super in the mojo with the game, but then I take one day off, and then that's when I mess up. So there are, like, as you can see here, multiple different paths. We just gotta go ahead and break this just one crate. I mean, I guess the Nitro would have done that itself. And the thing is that we have to return that. That's where we're gonna have to get our green gem is, you know, in the green room. What do you know? There we go, that was awesome. So let's, okay, we're good, we're good. These rats are super creepy, by the way. I didn't really realize how creepy they were in the original game, because they didn't look like they were made out of metal. Like, here they're like this robotic metal rat that's here to destroy you. In the original game, they just sort of looked purple to me. They didn't look like they were made out of metal. So I just thought they were just sort of little mutant rats, which is creepy, but not as creepy as they look here, which is where it's just like, whoa. I don't remember this bonus room at all. Like, I don't have any recollection of this one. Do 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 do. It's a good music jam though, I'll tell you that much. So, but you know, as of the previous, or I think 2 episodes ago, I did want to clarify something. I was talking about how I'd love to see this game soundtrack released somewhere, and since then they have actually released it on Spotify, which is really cool. So if you have a Spotify account, you can actually go ahead and listen to it for free. So we need to go left here first. If you were to go right here, you would have completely missed the crystal. Not that, hidden, especially since the Wumpa fruit leads you here, but it's, interesting that you could have just totally missed that. So let's go ahead and body slam that. Very, very good. This really brings me back though, because I can remember sitting down almost 8 years ago and playing through this game for YouTube. And just, oh my gosh, things were so different back then. I mean, I was really young, so of course things are gonna be different by default. That's what 8 years will do to you, no matter who you are and what you're doing. But even just the landscape of YouTube back then, I talked in the past, last episode, about how it had a 10-minute limit back then, so I had to limit myself on how long each video was. That was just sort of the beginning. I remember I didn't have much of a microphone. And I remember how did I record Crash 2 back in the day? I actually still use the same audio program, Audacity, to record my voice just because it's a good program and it's free. And then I used Fraps, which is a very outdated PC recording program, to record the emulator, which is what I use to emulate it, which emulating is something I don't do anymore, so don't worry. But that's what I used to do to record Crash 2. And then I would just sort of press record on both at the same exact time and just hope it was synced up. I didn't do any syncing and editing because I didn't know how to edit. I just sort of put the two together in Windows Movie Maker and hope it worked. And sometimes my audio was a little too loud so you could just barely hear me mumbling with my baby zebra voice. I like to refer to it as the baby zebra age because I just feel like that's what I was. I was a baby zebra. So let's wait here. Oh, we actually got all the crates already. That's pretty good. Oh, we're at the end, so that makes sense. I feel like I made my way through that easier than I thought I would. There is a crystal and gem, but we are not quite done that level, so we will be back. So that is the 5th level done in the second warp room. So I figure what we'll do now is we'll go back to the very first level in the warp room and get that one specific gem. Then we'll come back here and get the green gem. That way I'm not playing the same level over and over again. It's not super boring for you guys, I hope. I mean, either which way, I hope it's not boring for you, but Cortex has something to say.
25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Remember, I'm counting on you.
Come again? Oh, okay. You sort of broke up there. Well, back into Snowbiz. Or not. Wait, do I have to face the boss? Why do I have to face the boss? I didn't know that, that's really weird. Okay, I guess we gotta face the Komodo Brothers now. So I had a story to talk about the Komodo Brothers. They are my favorite boss in Crash Bandicoot 2 for a few reasons. One, they're cool. Two, Komodo Joe is one of my favorite characters in Crash Team Racing, which is weird because Komodo Joe is a skinny guy who's about to be falling at us. That guy right there who's spinning around like a little maniac. He's Komodo Joe, and he actually makes an appearance in Crash Team Racing. Oh, he is a boss there, and you can of course unlock him just like every other boss besides Oxide. So yeah, I remembered him just from being in Crash Team Racing. I don't know what happens to his other brother, which honestly enough, I don't know his name. But the thing that stands out in my mind about this boss so much is that it took me a lot of work and a lot of effort to get through Warp Room 2 when I was a kid. And then when I finally got to whatever the boss was going to be in Warp Room 2, I was so excited to see what was on the other side. And I raised the platform up. Remember, in the original Crash 2, you don't just go through Warp Room, you have to raise the platform up to go to the next Warp Room, and it would just sort of flash the screen white and you'd face the boss before you get here. I remember raising the Warp Room up, the screen flashes white, and it never went to the boss fight. The disc was too scratched to actually play the boss fight, the game would freeze, and there was just no way to continue on with the game. And that's for the longest time as a kid, I never got to see this boss fight. So it was, I guess, I don't know. I just had a huge anticipation for it, and now all these years later, I know it's a very, very cool boss fight. So that was my experience with it as a kid. And that's just why I thought it was, like a pretty cool boss fight. And it's an interesting story to me. So there we go, we actually defeated that boss, and now we can actually go back to these levels. That just weirds me out so much, but you know what? It's fine. Let's go to Snowbiz. So let's start all over with this level. I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere in this level, we're gonna get the red gem, and we can use that to get somewhere, and hopefully get all the crates, and then I'll be nice and dandy. But yeah, in the sewer level, I was talking about how back in the day, I was playing this game as a kid, but I mean like, even, I guess I was a kid when I started recording. 13 years old is still a kid. I think that anybody under 18 is still a kid. I consider myself still a kid at 18. So I mean, anybody who's still teenage, maybe under 19 and under, is still a kid in my eyes, because you just still have so much more to learn and become an adult. I mean, I'm not really that far into adulthood at 21. And I think that's different for everybody, of course. Life experiences are life experiences. But when I was a kid and I played this game originally on YouTube, it was just such a different time. It was so exhilarating for me, because it's just, I knew I had realized I was doing something I really enjoyed, which is really hard for me to find. Usually like I either really like something or just I'm not interested. You know, it's just a passing interest that I'd rather like not really care too much about. So when I started doing my first playthrough of Crash Toon, I was just like, wow, this is really fun and I wanna keep doing this. Now we can go up here and find out where this will bring us, which will be nice and fun. And I just remember spending my entire, because it was October, or I spent my entire fall break, because in school, at that location I was going to school at, they would give you a break for the fall, which was only like a week long. And I remember spending the entire time working on videos, and that was the first time I ever did that. And it was just so much fun and so cool. I just, like, it felt productive. I made all these videos, and it just felt super productive. I was like, wow, I'm gonna spend every day doing this because it's so much fun. And that's what I did. And I remember when I finally finished the project, I was just like, I can't wait to get to other projects. And I didn't rush it. Like, I didn't try to rush through it, but I just tried to make sure I got at least 1 or 2 videos out a day, because they were super short and they were super easy for me to make at the time. Because it was, oh boy, that was silly of me. Maybe I can get some extra WUMP fruits. Oh, the free 1-up, that was worth it. Oh my, this is getting scary. I should probably pay a bit more attention. But they were super easy to make. Once again, the videos were under 10 minutes and my computer could just handle rendering it, because this was, I think this was actually just when YouTube started allowing you to upload 1080p. Because shortly before this, you couldn't even upload in 16:9. So if you guys don't know, you know, video, like if you play the original Crash Bandicoot, it isn't in widescreen, it's a little cube, a little square, and I guess it wasn't a cube because it wasn't 3-dimensional, but it was just a little square, and what that meant is that, you know, widescreen hadn't existed at that point. It was just a different aspect ratio. Oh boy. And YouTube didn't even have support for it at that point. Well, I mean, it did by the time I started making videos, but I was on YouTube when it didn't have 16:9 support, widescreen support. So that was just interesting to think back on. Oh boy, come on, keep going, keep going. And of course, I liked playing the game in its native resolution. I know there's a lot of YouTubers who will play an old 4:3 game and they will like stretch it out to widescreen and it looks so awful, and it's like, why do you do that? And what was that? That was weird. I don't like that. There we go. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh man, I don't like it. Good. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I got it. It's a piece of cake, right? It's not a piece of cake, by the way. It's horrifying and awful. All right, yeah. You turn into a normal little porcupine, and we did it. Look at that, 78 out of 125. We still got much more to go in this level, but we got that done, which is important. Super duper important. Now, I don't know if that actually counts as a checkpoint or not, or if we die, we'll have to do that again. All right, smash. Oh, okay, okay, we made it, we made it. And this is deja vu from the beginning of the episode. Do you remember it? Flashback? If not, maybe you have to rewatch the episode. I wouldn't make you do that though. I know this episode's probably been quite long. I haven't looked at the timer, but that's fine. Okay, we're doing all right, we're doing all right. I just really don't wanna die any more than I have to. And we're doing great on lives though, 41 now. And replaying through some of these levels I'm sure helps. But we're doing all right. Now we just gotta make our way through this level and try to be as diligent as we can, make sure we do not miss any crates, because if we do, we'll have to do all what we just did again. Oh, that could have been awful. All right, bonus time. Oh yeah, this is the one that gave me lots of trouble. I think we got it now. I'm getting a little bit more used to ice physics, so that helps. Yep, there we go. See, that wasn't a big deal. Now I just go like that, get back over here, and we get these. But man, I wouldn't have even dreamed about doing this as, you know, baby zebra. I just would have been like, okay, now we're doing the easy thing. Because it was like totally for fun back then. And I mean, to give some people context, because I know a lot of you are younger, and like, I think some of you are so young that if you were to, like, you were too young to watch me when I started, because like 8 years ago, I know some of you were very, very young, like toddler age or something, which is insane. First off, that's insane that I've been doing it for that long that some of my viewers now are too young to actually literally be able to watch my content from when I was a kid because you would have been too young to. Oh boy, there we go. But on top of that, it was a lot different of a landscape. To give you like a better idea for people to understand, back then, like nobody was doing YouTube as a job. Like it wasn't even possible, except for, you know, like the average, like, I guess like non-gaming YouTubers could make it a job, like Shane Dawson and I Just Teen and that kind of stuff, who are, I don't know, not as popular today, which is interesting. Hey, there's our gem. But the gaming YouTuber scene it was impossible to make a job off it. They would not let you monetize videos until like more like 2011, 2012 is when that actually started happening. So there is our gem for Snowbiz, which is awesome. We finally got that done, which means we just gotta go ahead. I'm gonna skip the animation because it does take a little long. We're gonna go ahead and get our final gem for today's video, which is going to be, of course, the gem for Eel Deal, which is the wonderful green gem. Okay, so here we go again with this level. We won't be in this area for very long, so you won't be seeing me replay the entirety of this level. But man, I still really do like how this level looks in HD because it's one of those levels that really accurately pulls over the feel of the original level while still making it look beautiful, and that's just awesome. We don't have to worry about getting all the boxes. That is something we already tackled. So right now I'm just trying to get enough lives because I know I can probably do that to get 43 lives just because that would be nice and fun. All right, you can go ahead and do your electrifying thing. Get myself another Aku Aku, and this is where things get a little scary. So what I gotta do here, and if things mess up, I do have the double Aku Aku. I gotta get back here, and boom, it's just a secret warp. I mean, I guess not a secret warp, it's just an invisible wall, which is really weird. I think that in the original game, it wasn't like that. It wasn't just an invisible wall, it would teleport you somewhere. Maybe not though. Maybe my memory is getting weird with that one. But I don't remember this too much at all. Whoa, look at this. It's like jungle mixed with sewer. Oh, that is so rad. I don't remember if I've ever actually done this, by the way. But it's just cool because we will get the green gem, which is right here just chilling for us. Now the problem is if we wanna continue on, we gotta turn around and do the rest of the level, which I might just cut out, I don't know, because that's everything. It would have been nice of them, gosh darn, you know, to give us some kind of checkpoint. I guess they're not interested though. I just don't remember it being that way. I can technically just explode myself and go back, and now we have the green gem now, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, awesome. All right, so there we have it. That is the Eel Deal's green gem, and that's gonna finish everything for today's episode. We have gotten everything we can get from this point on, but we will be able to get much more as we move on to Warp 3 in the next episode. But yeah, we can't do this, we can't do the air crash right now because of a secret exit we'll have to do later. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. If you watch this point of the video, make sure you comment Zebra Bear so I know you've watched it at the end and that you are a Zebratastic viewer. Also, if you enjoyed it and you want to see more, go ahead and click on some of the videos on your screen right now for more Zebratastic goodness. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.